Hello, buddy. Welcome back to another Blueprint video. My name is CJ, and I'm one of the builders here at Blueprint. Everybody's looking for that perfect Legend League base to use after the update. Look no further, you've clicked on the right video. Let's check out the base. First and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to Jack for winning this month's second $50 gift card. He shared his review in our Discord server, and I decided to make a YouTube video out of it. If you do want to have a chance in winning one of these $50 gift cards from us, just leave a review in our channel, Discord channel, or our website, and you might even get a chance to get picked and be featured in one of these videos. If you do get picked, you do get $50 gift card that you can use to purchase anything you'd like from Blueprint website or Discord server. But diving into the space, I want to give a huge shout out to End. The builder right here is End. He did a fantastic job on this base. Double rage tower right here, very toxic setup, covering 2 expos, basically covering almost every single key defense apart from this Inferno, this Monolith, and Eagle. These 2 Rage Towers are very, very toxic. Along with his trap placement of Teslas, making the Rage Tower even cover the Teslas, exerting even more damage. It forces basically people to have to use a Warden ability to get through this, and then having to deal with the second Rage Tower without a Warden ability. It's very, very annoying base. And this sides here doesn't have a lot of Super Archer value, as we will see later in the replays. A lot of people love dropping Super Archer blimps on this side or this side. Doesn't really have a lot of value, but it does still have decent value, but the way he's placed his traps, it's very, very nice. But yeah, all in all, very, very toxic base. As you can see, that Eagle is very nicely protected. He limited the flinger value with his expos. As you can see, he can't flinger from the right side. He can't flinger the Town Hall, or you can, but it's going to be tricky with the mortar. You have to pay attention to it. So he's limited all the flinger value. So very, very well done base by End. Let's dive into some replays and see how this base does in action. Alright guys, so the first replay that we're going to check out is from a Super Archer attacker. As I said, we've noticing a lot of comments have been saying that we don't include a lot of Super Archer defenses. Well, this video you're going to see a lot more Super Archer defenses, as this base got hit a lot with Super Archers. Here we have this approach, which is a very, very common on the space. There's a lot, actually. If you check this out, there's a lot of replays here. Like, I'm not gonna go through every single one, obviously. There's a lot of defenses to go through every single one, but a lot of the entries involve people sending a blimp either from this side or from this side, which I'm gonna show a replay of both sides, so you at least have both replays shown. So this one here, he comes approaching, dropping the Hound to tank in front, and the Super Archer blimp with the double clone right there. Very classic entry. Nothing new right there. He even clips this sweeper with the Super Archer, which is very nice. As you can see, he's having Hydra in his army, which is a lot more common these days with the buff of the dragons. And there you go, he got the Monolith, he got the Town Hall, the CC pool, he even got the Sweeper, which is nice as he's coming from this right side. If you notice, he's dropping his heroes from 3 o'clock. Good side to pick after getting one of the Sweepers. So far, so good for him. And there we go. What is nice about this base is the double rage, as I said earlier. It forces him to use the early Warden ability through that damage, and leaves him dealing with this back end Teslas, back end rage, 2 expos, scattershot, even 1 inferno. It's just a lot of damage to get through right there. And if you notice, the queen ability already popped off because of that double damage expo. And yeah, guys, rage, even though they got nerfed a bit, they're still obviously strong. But the nerf did boost offense a lot more, all the nerfs in general. If you can see right there, the push got a lot further than it would have back in the day, back before the update, I mean. But there we go. Beautiful defense right there, 75%. We're going to check out a few more replays that involve Super Archer blimps, as I know that a bunch of you ask about it. So let's dive into the second replay. as promised, I'm coming in with the second replay for you from the different angle that I talked about. The first one, we saw the Super Archer coming in from 6 o'clock. This second one, we're going to see it come from 9 o'clock. The same classical way of dropping the Hound in front of the Blimp to tank, and then sending the Blimp right behind, landing it by the Town Hall, getting the Town Hall, the Monolith. Some people even get this Expo right there, the Sweeper, and CC Lure. Great value, obviously, without even investing a Warden. So it's a pretty good value of Blimp. And this guy does a different approach this time. The first approach we saw, which is very common, dropping from 6 and going with the dragons into here, failed. Obviously, it's a symmetrical base. If they do the same thing, it's going to fail on the left side as well. Now, this guy decides to do something else, which I found actually quite interesting. He dropped the Sarge just like everybody else, but he does his dragons in a different way. He decides he's going to send it right through the middle towards the eagle. So he gets through to the core of the base very, very quickly instead of leaving it by going through the side. And what's very nice right here, I'm going to clip it, is his Warden ability. This Warden ability is very, very nice. The reason being is, if you notice the Loons, all of them are now under the Warden ability, and right there, they're soaking all the black mines in the base without even dying. So this Warden ability actually by this player was fantastic. And the heroes from the left side, CC's already dealt with, so he's pushing the dragons at the same time with the heroes. It's very unconventional. I've not seen this approach before, but nonetheless, it fails. And pretty decent fail as well. It wasn't super high percentage, so once again, looking for that perfect amount of percent so you don't lose a lot of cups. And there we go. That RC on the back end with the scatter shot is just too much. Even though Queen has ability here, it's forced by the King. She's not going to make it throughout the whole base. The Queen picks up a little bit more percentage, but that would be all right there. I'm just going to speed it through on 4x speed so you guys don't sit through the boring part. And there we go. And she dies at 86%. A very good attack and held nonetheless. Let's check out a different replay. For this next replay, I got a little bit of another air attack here. Air attack is obviously strong as hell right now. But we have a bit of E-Dragons by this attacker called Wasim. Classic double rage Warden ability right there. Warden following because the King and the Queen was right there following the Blimp. Even though he caught it in the Warden ability, it's still, because he dropped it at such a high angle, he still managed to almost not make it actually. So he had Yetis in there. He got even the Town Hall and the Monolith actually, but like I said, guys, spamming this base from a side will most of the time fail, and the reason being is because of the double rage, because that first rage forces a Warden ability, and then that second rage just eats up through the dragons because that Warden ability is not there anymore. So that second rage is always, if you notice, it's always the back end that survives, and it's just because of that rage tower. It's always either this back end staying at the end of the attack, or it's this back end that's always up of this attack. And it's just because of the way how the base is built, very nicely built by the builder here. So right there, Queen, once again, last person to be alive, forces Queen ability, all the archers die, and there we go. Another quick defense right here. E-Dragon's very quick attack. Ends with 81%. Once again, good percentage, losing as little cups as possible. Let's check out some more replays before we dive into the outro. I know I've been boring everybody with some air attacks, so let's do some. Let's show you guys some ground attack. This one is a bit interesting. Once again, I'm not sure what this attacker was doing with this clone spell. He has a Yeti bomb in his CC, and I'm gonna show you his approach right here. Let me speed it up to when he actually starts. There we go. Uses his time, but there we go. The Blimp drops, he sends it for the Town Hall, and I think with this clone, he's trying to clone towards the Monolith, if I'm not mistaken, but the clone doesn't really do much in this scenario. I'm not sure why this guy takes a clone. He could just use 2 freezes, a poison or something else. But yeah, to each their own. This is his army. And he comes in with a very nice approach. Actually, his approach wasn't bad at all. The way his spell deployment wasn't even bad at all. So let's take a look. He cleared the town hall. He's basically trying to make a pathing of clearing this side and then smashing through the middle here, jump right here, and then jump right here. A very nice plan. Not a bad plan at all. And there the queen just goes away from the main group right there, gets damaged by the monoth, but she doesn't lose ability. She still, the ability is intact, and as you can notice, as we're diving into the middle of the base, he really needs that warden ability. It's something very common in this base. People are using the warden ability early to get through that first rage. That leaves the second part, this part, very, very difficult to get through. And this is what the builder did on purpose, obviously. And if you notice, the smash is now getting through that second part, and that second rage is triggered, and 2 expos are raged, a scattershot is raged, 3 Teslas are raged, and an Inferno is raged. So it's just impossible for the troops to get through all of this. And the RC, she would not be able to do much. It's not a bad effort at all, actually. He gets pretty close. But once again, guys, we see a common thing with every single defense here is one back end always stays alive in the attack. And that is basically props to the builder for designing this very nicely. And yeah, there we go. Once again, very nice defense in the 80s range, if I'm not mistaken, or nope, 78. Beautiful. Even lower cups, 25 cups. So Legend League is all about saving percentage and saving as many cups as possible. So once again, amazing defense. I hope you guys enjoyed the replays that we had for you today on this base. If you do want this base, remember, as always, you find the base down below in the description, along with the CC that we recommend with the base. A lot of people say that we avoid super archer entries on our bases, but we don't. It's just a lot of replays, as you saw earlier, that I could have picked through. So I hope you enjoyed the ones that I had for you today. If you did, please do leave a like down below. We try to smash 500 likes on these videos, and we get so ever close every single time. So please, guys, we appreciate your support. Leave down below in the comments if there's anything you want to see specific, any town hall level, any specific video. We read through all our comments, so make sure to leave a comment down below. I hope you all have a lovely day. I will catch you in the next video, and goodbye.